The Dirty Empath, marriage breaker. The empath, regarded as a paragon of virtue with those traits of honesty, decency, compassion, love, devotee, moral compass, and so on, all of which make the empath and their fuel output tempting prey for us. Yet, within these virtuous empathic traits sit other traits, narcissistic traits. There are 4 schools of empath: standard, super, codependent, and contagion. Layered onto these schools are the empathic cadres, such as magnet, carrier, saviour, and others. Each empath within the relevant school has both empathic and narcissistic traits. Some will have a small number of strong empathic traits with a few narcissistic traits which are low in strength. Some will have many empathic traits which are moderate in strength and have few or numerous narcissistic traits which are all very low in strength. Some will have many empathic traits which are strong and numerous narcissistic traits which are moderate or even quite strong. The key consideration is that, in effect, the empathic traits keep the narcissistic ones in check, and thus the empathic individual behaves in a way which is empathic with other people. There are, however, 2 main instances when the narcissistic traits come to the fore. The first is through the empathic supernova, which is when the empathic traits become dialed down or eroded for a temporary time, and thus the narcissistic traits come to the fore. The second instance is a permanent state of affairs, and this is the cadre of the dirty empath. The individual is empathic, of that there is no doubt. They have those empathic traits. They also have narcissistic traits too. However, one of those narcissistic traits remains strong and prominent throughout, and sits along the fewer, weaker narcissistic traits, and the various empathic traits of varying strength. This does not mean that this person is a narcissist, not at all. It does not mean that this person is not an empath. What it means is that they are an empath, but there is one, sometimes there might be more, narcissistic trait which dirties their empathic status. Think of the empath coloured white, with a black streak running through them. One of the dirty strands which runs through the dirty empath is that of marriage breaker, or intimate relationship breaker. This strand is based on the narcissistic trait of selfishness. This situation arises when the dirty empath becomes involved with somebody who is already in another relationship. The dirty empath is single, the other person is not. There are those empaths who would never have a relationship with someone who is already committed to another. The level of refusal varies from those who might engage with someone who is dating other people, but would not if they are in a steady relationship, and not at all with someone who is living with another person and is or married, through to those who refuse to countenance any romantic interaction with someone who is engaging with other people at any level. The dirty empath will not actively seek out a romantic relationship with someone who is already married. If the dirty empath knows somebody is in a relationship, they will not pursue that person, as that offends the empathic traits of the empath. The narcissistic trait of selfishness is not so strong as to override the empathic traits and cause the dirty empath to want to pursue and engage in a relationship with someone who is already taken. Such an act is the preserve of someone who is a normal, even then it remains unlikely, and is much more likely the response of someone who is narcissistic, not an empath and not empathic, or, more readily, a narcissist. Accordingly, a dirty empath will not target, pursue, and engage with a person who is already in a romantic relationship. That point made at the outset, what are the circumstances which give rise to the dirty empath marriage breaker? There are 3. The common thread where the dirty empath marriage breaker arises is where the dirty empath marriage breaker is targeted by the other person. The person will be highly narcissistic, or more usually, the person will be one of our kind. Addressing the three circumstances. 1. The ivory response. The dirty empath is seduced by the other person. They do not do the seducing. The other person does not tell the dirty empath that they are in a relationship, and if the other person is, and most likely will be, a narcissist, the dirty empath will be the candidate intimate partner, secondary source, or shelf intimate partner, secondary source. The dirty empath may well be strung along in this fashion, oblivious to the fact that the other person is in a relationship for some time. They may have suspicions, but as ever, the narcissist will use plausible deniability to remove those concerns. In the usual style of the seduction of the golden period, the dirty empath will be taken in and engage romantically with the narcissist. You may be thinking that since the dirty empath does not know that the narcissist is in a relationship, was not the pursuer, and has been seduced, is it not therefore somewhat harsh to describe them as a dirty empath marriage breaker? Possibly, but the fact remains that they are romantically entangled with another person who is in a relationship, and thus that must come within the umbrella of dirty empath marriage breaker. However, there does come a point where the dirty empath finds out that the narcissist is already in a relationship. This may happen whilst the seduction is ongoing. It may, more likely, occur when there is devaluation, or during a period of being placed on the shelf. The dirty empath, having learned of this, will not immediately walk away from the narcissist. They will, in accordance with their status as a truth seeker, want to gain answers from the narcissist. The relationship will continue. The dirty empath will also make it his or her mission to tell the spouse or partner of the narcissist what has been happening. Thus, they earn the epitaph of marriage or relationship breaker, or at the very least, disruptor. The dirty empath, of course, will fail to get adequate answers from the narcissist. The dirty empath will not, however, just retreat upset and distraught at having been played and lied to. This is where the dirty empath's selfish trait flares up. Their moral indignation at their situation must be attended to. They will not withdraw and allow the narcissist and his or her partner to mend matters and patch things up. No, the dirty empath will, 1. Ensure the narcissist partner knows what has happened in detail and will encourage them to walk away from the narcissist. 2. Ensure other people know about the narcissist's behaviour. And 3. Ensure the narcissist is told precisely what a low-life, cheating bastard he or she is. Once 1, 2, and 3 have been achieved, the dirty empath then walks away from the carnage caused and endeavours to remain out of the hoovering clutches of the narcissist, with the narcissist now desperate to find a new intimate partner primary source, since in all likelihood the actions of the dirty empath have caused the narcissist to lose his existing intimate partner primary source, and thus be staring at a fuel crisis. Accordingly, the dirty empath is not whiter than white, because, unwittingly, they engaged in a relationship with an attached narcissist. They caused carnage through their response to learning of the cheating behaviour of the narcissist towards themselves and the narcissist's intimate partner primary source, and quite possibly other intimate partner secondary sources. The dirty empath, however, is not completely blackened, as their response has sought to achieve some good, albeit for selfish reasons. The dirty empath walks away from the narcissist and tries to stay away, and accordingly the response arrived is off-white, hence ivory. Number 2, the point of no return. Similar to the situation just described, the dirty empath does not know that the narcissist is attached to someone else. The dirty empath is pursued, seduced, and falls for the narcissist. At some juncture, the dirty empath later learns that the narcissist is with somebody else. This could be during seduction, when being placed on the shelf, or through devaluation. The response is not one of ivory, however. Instead, the dirty empath has reached the point of no return. Such is their addiction to the narcissist, such is their desire to keep that person as their own and beat the narcissist partner. The dirty empath's narcissistic trait of selfishness rises to the fore, overriding the empathic traits and causing the dirty empath to fight for the narcissist. He or she will do whatever they can to maximize their chances of being retained by the narcissist over the narcissist partner. The combination of the seductive addiction and their own selfish narcissistic trait means that they will 1. Tell the narcissist partner about their existence, 2. Focus on winning back, retaining the narcissist's interest, 3. Possibly even smearing the narcissist's partner themselves in order to achieve their aims. The dirty empath's usual empathic traits are outshone by this single strong narcissistic trait of selfishness to the extent that they appear to have taken leave of their senses. They want the narcissist. They see that they should be the one who wins the triangulation, and they will keep on trying to secure this outcome again and again, even when placed on the shelf or devalued. Of course, the narcissist may well find their relationship with the intimate partner primary source in tatters, but will not be unduly concerned, as the narcissist will feed on the twin stream of fuel, and either remain with the original intimate partner primary source and disengaged from the dirty empath intimate partner secondary source, or choose the dirty empath instead, and continue with the shelf arrangement with them, or promote them to become the new intimate partner primary source. The dirty empath in these circumstances has reached the point of no return. They want the narcissist, and notwithstanding the carnage caused, the roller coaster ride which awaits them, they earn the title of Dirty Empath Marriage Breaker justifiably. Thirdly, there is the White Knight. In this scenario, the narcissist tells the dirty empath marriage breaker that he or she is with someone else. Nevertheless, the narcissist will adopt the tactics of, we are effectively separated. We are only together for the children and lead separate lives otherwise. I am being abused. It is a loveless marriage. I have tried to make it work, but she just isn't interested anymore, and I have not left because of X or Y or Z. My wife doesn't understand me. The dirty empath adopts the role of White Knight, riding to the rescue to save this poor narcissist from their misery, their banal existence, or the clutches of the tyrant spouse. It is the familiar story of faked misery and abuse manufactured by the narcissist, the cultivation of the dirty empath in the role of rescuer, the narcissist as victim, and the narcissist partner as the perpetrator. The dirty empath operates through a hybrid of empathic traits, doing the decent thing in rescuing the poor downtrodden narcissist, exhibiting compassion for this person, etc., and also the narcissistic trait of selfishness, because they want to be with this person, they want to save them, even though they are attached to someone else. Yes, they have been duped by the narcissist's manipulative act and illusory behaviours, but nevertheless, the dirty empath knows this person is attached, and because they do not walk away, but instead engage in the relationship with the narcissist, they earn the mantle of Dirty Empath Marriage Breaker. Thereafter, this White Knight Dirty Empath may be the candidate intimate partner secondary source, and may indeed become crowned as intimate partner primary source, only then to suffer the devaluation and then learn the truth about the nature of the narcissist and what he or she really did to the innocent narcissist partner. They may become the shelf intimate partner secondary source and find out the truth when they are on the shelf, or possibly, though rarely, have been disengaged from. Once the white knight realizes that they are not the rescuer, their response changes, and they may respond with an ivory response, or continue to fight for the narcissist as per the point of no return. The crucial fact, however, is that they knew at the outset that the narcissist was with someone else, but they engaged with the narcissist and went along with the seduction despite this state of attachment. Yes, they may well have done so for noble empathic reasons, but they also did so for a narcissistic, selfish trait also. Thus, the dirty empath marriage breaker arises in 3 different ways, all of which either dent, damage, or destroy an existing relationship between the narcissist or narcissistic other person and their existing